got my 20, 30, 40. Oh my, I have so many
That's
ones.
a lot of singles.
I really thought I only had like $10. The midterm elections are just weeks away, and you have heard a bunch of people here at Crooked tell you all of the ways that you can support different funds and candidates, everything under the sun. But we also know that you don't have an unlimited amount of money to give. You might even wonder how giving a little bit of your cash can even make a difference. So I wanted to bring in an expert to help explain a little bit more. I've got with us today Crooked's political director, Shaniqua McClendon.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining me. I'm very excited to learn a lot. We've talked so much about how important it is to vote, but when people give donations, how can that make or break a candidate or a cause?
Yeah, unfortunately, money makes everything go round, including campaigns and elections. So, giving to candidates allows them to hire staff. It allows them to hire the people who are going to knock on doors and talk to voters, and also put commercials and ads on social media just to get their message out.
Right.
And for organizations, it means they also get to hire staff. But organizations exist long after campaigns leave, and so they need money to stick around and not have to lay people off once an election's over, and just continue the work that they do year round.
Totally, because I imagine there's like a season that everybody has giving on the mind, and then there's a season where people kind of calm down and the organizations are still around.
Yes,
have to
kind of need to store their nuts like those animals that do that.
Squirrels.
Yes.
All right, so to make this a little bit easier for everybody, I thought we could do a little bit of visualization.
Okay.
I've got a stack of $100 here. Just take a look, everybody. That was really pitiful. It is Monopoly money, if you couldn't tell. Our audience might not know. That is what we get paid in to work here at Crooked Media.
Unfortunately.
But it'll work for our purposes here today. So, Shaniqua, can you help me divide up this $100 between, different causes, candidates, organizations, wherever it'll make the biggest difference and impact ahead of this election cycle?
I can't think of anything else I would be more excited to do.
Perfect. Okay, so let's start broad. First thing I feel like everybody thinks about when you think about donating, it's these candidates. You've been hearing their names. They're starting to run ads, all of that. How much should we be giving to them?
Yes. So right now where we are with Election Day not that far away, I'd say about 30%.
Okay.
But I would also break that down, giving about $10 to federal candidates and then $20 to state and local candidates. Right now, federal candidates have been on TV. People have been giving them a lot of money, but state and local candidates, they need their name out there. They need people to recognize their name when they go vote. And so this is the perfect opportunity as people start heading to the polls to vote to make sure people are familiar with these local candidates by helping getting their name out there right now.
Got it. Okay, so $100 right here.
Uh-huh.
How am I dividing this up?
Yes. So $10 to your federal candidate.
All right.
Or
$10
candidates.
Right here.
However you want to split it up.
Okay.
And then 20 for state and local.
Nice. 20. Okay, we'll give them my fives. We got 5, 10, 15, 20. I did that like Kendall Jenner cutting a cucumber, so please don't use that footage.
It still got cut.
Perfect. Okay, so we still have $70 left. I'm a little surprised because, the federal ones are probably the candidates you've heard the most. Maybe the group, the organization, out of everything that we're presenting, the ones you've heard the most about are getting just $10. But I feel like that's probably for a reason.
Yes.
So tell me, what is next? What is getting the biggest chunk of this money?
So the next big chunk, or the next chunk, should go to voter mobilization, and about 60 of your $100 should go to that.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay, tell me what is that? How do I give to that? Give me all of the details.
Yes. So if you go to votesaveamerica.com/everylastvote, there is a fund there where you can donate. But these funds go to literally getting voters to the polls. And so that includes things like voter registration, which you have to be registered in order to vote, and then actually getting people to the polls, calling them, knocking on doors, making sure they know where their polling location is, like literally getting people to go vote, which is the most important part. But then once they get there, making sure their vote's protected. There's a lot of efforts to make people, tell them they can't vote or require, the IDs that people need. Making sure we're investing in voter protection initiatives so that once people do vote, their vote is actually counted. So those are all the things that really matter at this point as we're getting, as people are starting to vote, and we want the outcomes we want to see.
Totally, now more than ever.
Exactly.
So you said $60.
Yes.
Our biggest chunk. All right, let's do it. So 20, 30, 40, breaking out the singles here. We have a lot here. So I'm going to count out 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is getting messy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 I'll keep. The rest to voter mobilization. And that is great because I don't know if I even would have thought about that. I mean,
a lot of people
it's been
don't.
in the news so much, especially recently, but I wouldn't have really realized that until we had this conversation.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Candidates take up a lot of TV time, and that's why you hear about them and they ask you for money. So I'm now asking for the organizations.
Got it. Okay, so $10 left. Yep. What do I do with this? This is a little bit, a small percentage, but can still do something.
Yes. Every dollar counts. So now, we've kind of looked at the election. And so moving forward, we just need to build out infrastructure so that we're always engaging with voters, seeing what they need. And so we refer to that as infrastructure building. And so, again, that'll go to organizations, but those $10 can go there. And that's just for now. We just finished an election. This is an investment in the future. And then next year, we can think more about investing in infrastructure building, but just to give them a head start as they get started next year.
Totally.
That's where that $10 can
That
go.
sounds good. Okay. $10 to infrastructure building.
Yep.
Love it. I am out of money.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's
so
how it should be. You should be out of money when investing in democracy.
You should bankrupt yourself donating to these candidates. All right. So let's recap a little bit. So our biggest stack here, $60 is going to voter mobilization.
Yep.
And we can do that via the Every Last Vote Fund, right?
Yep.
Okay, very easy. Love that. Our next stack is $20, and that is to state and local candidates,
Yep.
right? Okay, amazing. So find your favorite.
Yes.
And $10 for federal candidates.
Uh-huh.
And our last $10 for infrastructure building.
Yeah. It's
Amazing.
Perfect.
All right, perfect.
perfect.
$100, that was so easy. And I feel like this is a good multiple because, you could do this with $10. You could do this with multiples of 10, multiples of 100,
Yeah.
whatever you've got.
Yeah. The more money you have, the more you should be investing in our democracy because don't you want it to last?
You heard her. That was a good point. Okay, so what if, you're not in the position, you don't have extra cash to spare for this election cycle? What can you do to help progressive causes and candidates?
Yeah, so money is, in my opinion, just as important as people and their time. And so
Right.
if you have time to volunteer, you can go to votesaveamerica.com/midterms and you can sign up to volunteer on races around the country with the organizations we just mentioned to get all of those things done, to call voters, to knock on their doors, send text messages, sign up at Midterm Madness, and you can find other ways to get involved. Money matters, but so does the time that people can devote, and you should not feel like giving money is the most important thing. All of it's important. Some people have money, some people have time. Give whatever you can.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much. That is Shaniqua McClendon, Crooked's political director. She, like me, is a huge fan of Parker Brothers and the real estate game Monopoly. Thank you so much for all of the help. I guess it's time for me to get my credit card out and make some donations, and I really appreciate you making it nice and easy for us.
No problem. Everyone should follow your lead.
Wow. I'm a model citizen.